Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
You ain't doing nothing today.
They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Off play action. Dillard out to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's got this down to the 35.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Second and 11. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
57's the mic. 57's the mic. Here we go, D.
Viking 18.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Hands it off out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. Here's a handoff out of the gun.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Flushed out right. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Only a 3-yard loss there on the sack, but more importantly, it leads to a 4th and goal. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is indeed good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Strong right. Strong right.
Throwing again. Dillard. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
He's tight right here. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 4 down. Go.
Looking to throw. Dillard. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Parsons. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
That's 6. Touchdown.
Don't stop that motor.
Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows to 10-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6, obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
60 Bison.
Pick it up, defense.
On 1st and 10, Dillard. Got a man, it's Diaby Brown, complete. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Out. Hawk 70.
Off the play fake. Dillard. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. A big play there on the catch and run. Pretty good timing. He waited just enough for that post play to develop and laid it right in there.
And you know what a lot of teams do when they decide to throw a post route? Because it's a little bit longer developing play, they max protect. Bring everyone in, keep the tight end in, an extra back to make sure the quarterback has time to deliver the football.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Hey, we got a seal. We got a seal. We got a seal.
Edwards-Helaire. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Watch the slant.
Back to throw. Dillard. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs.
I feel you, dog.
Noah Fant, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Get wide. Check 13. Check 13.
On 1st down, Swartz. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Mike's 57. 57's Mike.
Viking 18.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short.
57's the Mike.
They'll try and throw for it here.
It's going to be a long day.
Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
I know they got the 1st down, but Brandon, I still don't like the call going for it there. Yeah, they got it, but I would have punted the ball there, played some field position. I mean, it's okay to end drives and kicks, right? You know, we've heard that from different guys before. Remember, a kick's either a punt, right, field goal, or a point after touchdown. It's okay to end it in a kick.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 37-yard line. Now back to throw. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Montez Sweat has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
57 to Mike.
Trap 60, trap 60.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Mike's 57, 57's Mike. He's tired of me. He's tired of us.
50.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And he slings one that's incomplete.
You definitely would like to have hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
57's the Mike. Watch 57.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
57's Mike.
60 Maverick. Go.
He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped the yard or two short, and it's 4th down.
On the set.
54, right there. 54 Mike. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Bronco switch, Bronco switch.
It's a quarterback sneak, and he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Probably helps your confidence level on those 4th down sneaks to have a quarterback as tall as he is.
Yeah, you're talking about being able to extend at the end and make sure the ball gets to the 1st down marker, but also he has to be able to drop his hips and get down behind that offensive line in order to move forward, because if he just runs it straight up and down, you and I both know that they'll snap him backwards. Well done there, well executed.
And all this is taken him one-handed. What a catch.
Boy, this is a well-orchestrated drive they've put together. You think back to how far they were backed up to start things out, but they've gone on a march since then, and now after that completion there, they've got a 1st and goal.
Go. Viking 18. Hurt. Right there. Hurt.
Undercrush.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. From 4 yards out. And the Tigers are able to stretch out their lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will.
Start at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Off play action. Dillard. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
56, Mike, 50.
19 tight.
Looking to throw. Dillard. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
This is taken at about the 14. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Watch the ship. Let's go.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
57's the Mike. Watch 57. You're not.
Panther 11.
57's Mike. Mike,
Hey, smash.
you want this.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Buffalo 18.
All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll set up a throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Mike 6. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
Pick it up, G. Check 26. Check 26. Whip. Watch the whip.
Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Let's go. Panther 60. Panther 60. 70 Lion. Go street.
Mike 6. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Hey.
Here we go.
Hey, check Mike. Mike 6.
Check.
I got you, son.
79 Bronco.
Mike 6. Mike 6.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Hey, check Mike, Mike 6, Mike 6.
Ready?
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Eluding the pressure right, and he'll just get rid of it.
Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Mike's 57, 57's Mike.
Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Rig alert, rig alert.
Bumps off the helmet, here we go.
Dragon 60.
57's the Mike. 57's the Mike.
Back to throw again. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Montez Sweat in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Mike, 57. Not today.
19 Lion.
57's the Mike. Watch 57. Watch the screen. Pass. 57's the Mike.
Warrior 70.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Mike's 57, 57's Mike.
So we got man. 57's the Mike. 57's the Mike.
They're not ready for this, man.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Let's go.
Hey, smash Bronco.
Shoot. Alert 3. Go.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play, but you know there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
57
18
Mike.
Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Hustle, hustle.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Mike, 54. Hey, hey.
Luka, 19.
Check. Show it up. Show
Hurt,
it.
hurt.
Check 24.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
I knew it.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Coming, baby. I'm coming.
72. Take over.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 40 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
Double up.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
60 Bison.
It's been a long day for you.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
The Mike. 57 is the Mike. Pick me up. Here we go. 57. Mike, 57.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
57.
2nd and 11.
Let's get this.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is down to a field goal. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a one-score game.
And they run the option on 2nd down. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Let's go. Let's bring it.
Come back team. Come back team.
57, Mike 57.
It's a party now. It's a party now.
They're going to look to throw.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Forced out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
You better talk to your boy.
And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
So they bring out their punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Dillard. He finds his man. Complete. It's Christensen. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs.
Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Check.
Off the play fake. Dillard rolling to his left. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
36.
Wilson with a 1st down carry. A tough run, but not a huge gain. Dropped at the 25. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
To throw on 2nd down. Dillard, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and this will be scooped up by the defense. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll keep it on the ground. Schwartz, room here to run. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Chicago. Anthony Schwartz, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Tigers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Extra point forthcoming. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, you know, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
He'll buy some time right. Out to the right here to Wilson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Vision and speed, 2 of the attributes that you might say are important for a free safety, and we saw both in evidence there. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Like trap 60, go.
Looking to throw. Dillard. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
I got him.
To throw again. Dillard. Room to run past midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right, tight left.
Throwing on 1st down. Dillard. Going right back to Fant. That catch good for only a couple.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Hey, we got to sit.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off inside the 10. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
They'll run on first down. It's Schwartz, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Schwartz, 108 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On second down now, it's Schwartz, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. On first down, Schwartz, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4, 2nd and 6. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Right there. 54 Mike. I'm coming. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4.
Hey, watch the lane. 60 Maverick. 54.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Tigers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Off play action. Dillard. Gonna take a shot for Gallup. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's got his tight end Fant. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Wilson snags it left side. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game, and on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger. And dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for our visitors, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.